Yes, the reality is that the consequences of this recession have hit and hit hard in the District of Columbia. We have cut budgets for the last 2 years. We're facing another $175 million shortfall, and frankly, it's going to get even worse than that.
If they cut all these programs, I won't be able to take care of my daughter. It's a struggle right now, and it's hard to make it because I'm disabled and I have a child with special needs.
Right now, they're cutting the budget by $427,000, which prevents people from having access to services. They actually have a waiting list of 1,000 people on the HIV/AIDS housing waiting list. They actually have a low-income housing waiting list of 25,000 people.
My food stamps have been cut from $307 to $118. I'm being penalized because I'm sick, and I don't want to be sick.
My building almost got sold from underneath. A lot of the cuts that will affect not only myself, but also affect a lot of the tenants in the building. The programs have already been cut to shreds. Now they want to kill the bone.
I had to explain to my daughter that she couldn't have a Christmas, that I couldn't get her the stuff that she needs. I don't want a mansion and a yacht. I don't want to drive a Mercedes-Benz. I want a good home for my daughter in a good neighborhood. I want to be able to afford to pay my utilities and afford to buy my daughter the food she needs. I'm not looking for a handout. I'm looking for a help up.
And I'm one of the people right now that need a second chance. You know what I mean? So this involves me as much as anybody.
One day I just went to the energy program to ask for them to help me with my electric bill. They telling me that my electric got to be cut off.
Currently, we have over 100 people on our wait list, infants to 3 years old waiting for child care. They're looking everywhere in the Washington, D.C. area. If we continue to get budget cuts and other items to take away from child development, what will we have in the next few years?
You pay far more to incarcerate adults than you do to educate children.
I want to leave more than a legacy of Medicaid and food stamps for my daughter. I want my daughter to be successful. I want her to go to college. But it's hard to be successful when you feel like you're drowning in a sea of sorrow and turmoil and strife. Mr. Gray, sir, I wrote you a letter. Did you receive it?
I don't doubt that you did. I was here at 4 o'clock this morning trying to deal with this budget, so I am sorry. We're just trying to deal with whatever's in front of us at this stage. What happened to you? Are you going to be okay?
I was diagnosed with recurrent MSM fibromyalgia, and if you do the budget cuts, I won't be able to feed my daughter.
Pardon?
If you do the budget cuts, I won't be able to take care of my daughter. She'll be taken away.
Listen, if you can print money, please do, because I can't, okay? We have a $188 million deficit that we're dealing with, and we're doing the best that we can, honestly. I used to work in the field of human services, and we're doing, honestly, the best we can. Every state in this nation is in very deep difficulty.
I want to work, but it's hard for me because I was diagnosed with
We put money in the budget for job
illnesses.
training. We put $6.3 million in it for job training.
But it don't give you the skills that you need, Mr. Gray. They don't
What would
train
you like us to do?
Train you.
What would
I
you
don't
like
want
us
the
to do?
money to be taken away.
If the money's
I
not,
want life
wait a minute.
skills.
If the money's not there in the first place, where am I supposed to get it from?
Train us in the areas that we need to get job training. The jobs
Pardon?
that are out there. The jobs that are
I gotta
out
go get my
there.
stuff.
We don't have to rob Peter to pay Paul. There's a better solution to this fiscal crisis. It's to ask more of the top 5%. DC residents making over $200,000 a year haven't had their services cut. They haven't really been impacted by the recession the way our low-income families have. It's time to ask them to help fund these programs so we don't have to cut one to pay for another.
1%, that's what this represents, a 1% increase of income taxes for the top 5% earners in this city, people making over $200,000, who already pay less than what you pay in the percentage of your income taxes. That's all we're asking for, and all this will go away.
Sir, either sit down or you will
Council led by Mayor-elect Vincent Gray in their attempts to cut the welfare budget by $50 million. This move by the D.C. government is not the first.
For those who are here taking a stand and speaking out about it, you're making a difference. So I want you to understand that.
Police containment and other various measures to achieve the end.
Shut down outside, and we're here to tell you that there are many high-income become people in this city that are willing to pay more to stop the cuts, to stop the safety net cuts. We're here because we support what you said.
People need to get involved. There's no sense to complain if you're not going to be involved. And I'm sorry, I mean, it's just a plain out truth. How do things change? By the people getting involved, making a statement. That's why I took the time out of my day to come out here to say this ain't right.
No tax cuts for corporations.
So I think I heard someone, if you hear a good fight, you need to get in it. And I believe this is a good fight.